In this video, we are going to discuss what are the factors that affect the force of friction. As we already discussed the definition of friction and different various examples of the friction. Now let us discuss with different kinds of examples what are the factors that affect the friction. First, irregularities present on the surface of objects. Number 2, nature of the surfaces that are in contact. Number 3, area of contact. Number 4, effect of the normal force on the friction. These are all various factors that affect the force of friction. Let us discuss these factors individually with different examples and their results. The first factor that affect the effects of friction is irregularities present on the surface of object. What are these irregularities present on the surface of object? If you consider a book which is there on the table, a book is there on the sand, a bicycle rider on the sand, and a bicycle rider on the surface of cement floor. See, between the tire of the bicycle and as well as the road surface, some irregularities are there. Means the surface molecules having a little bit gaps. Means there is no perfectness in the molecules that are present at the surface of the objects. The surface of the objects are different. Means they are not at all in a proper manner. That means every surface of the object is not a smooth one. There should be some interlocking forces are there. For example, if you consider this is the surface of the book. This surface of the book has some interlocking, some gaps are there between one particle and another particle like this. Some gaps are there. These gaps are called interlocking forces. These interlocking forces means the gap between the molecules that present on the surface of objects is nothing but irregularities. If the irregularities are more, the opposing force is also more, means friction is also more. If the irregularities that present over the surface is less, the friction is also less. Let us explain these irregularities by using with some example. For example, a boy is skidding on a sand floor. This is a sand floor. Between the leg of the boy and the sand floor, irregularities are more. That means interlocking forces are also more. As the interlocking forces are more, friction is also more. From this we can understand that as irregularities are more, friction is also more. Friction also more. This means that surface is taken as a rough surface. Now, if the irregularities are less, that means friction also less. Now the surface becomes a smooth surface. Finally, we can conclude that if the surface is rough between the two objects, means irregularities present on the surface of object is more, friction is also more. If the surface is smooth, that means irregularities present on the surface of the object is less, friction is also less. As the friction is less, the body moves easily over another surface. Let us discuss one more effect that affects the force of friction. Let us observe the second case. Nature of surfaces that are in contact is one of the factors that affecting the force of friction. Let us discuss with some examples. See, if you observe in these three diagrams, an inclined plane is there. Inclined plane means certain plane is making certain angle with the ground. Now such kind of the plane is called inclined plane. We can arrange this easily. For example, say put the books here and put one more book in that manner at certain angle to the ground, that only called inclined plane. Here an inclined plane is created by using the sand. Here grass is there, in the grass an inclined plane is created. Here a marble floor is there, on that an inclined plane is created. Here in the first case we dropped a ball from the inclined plane. If we left the ball rolls down and stops at a certain distance. Here in this case also, whenever you drop the ball, it rolls down and stops at a certain distance. Here in this case also, the marble or the ball will rolls down on the marble and stops at a certain distance. In which case, the ball rolls more distance. In which case, the ball rolls for a more distance. Absolutely in the marble floor. So the distance covered by the ball is more on the marble floor. Next, on the sand, the last one is on the grass. More amount of the distance is moved by the ball on the marble floor, next on the sand, last one on the grass. See here, why it is moving more distance on the marble floor? Why? Because the irregularities, that is up and downs, that are present over the surface of the marble floor is less. Then it is said to be smooth one. As it is smooth, friction is less. So further the ball moves at a long distance. Come here, sand. Sand roughness is more, means irregularities are more when compared to marble floor, but they are less when compared to grass. So what happens? On the sand floor, marble moves a little bit more distance when compared to grass, but less distance when compared to marble floor. Now come to the grass. On the grass, irregularities, that is up and downs on the surface is more when compared to both marble and as well as on the sand. Then what happens? As the irregularities are more, opposing frictional force is also more, so that the ball does not move for a long distance. From this activity, what we will come to know? Here the smoothness is more, here the smoothness is a little bit less, now it becomes a rough. Here the smoothness is too less, means it is a too rough surface body. That means we will conclude that smoothness or roughness of the surface of both ball and as well as marble, here both the objects and the floor affect the force of friction. The first one is irregularities that present on the surface. The second one is nature of the surface. Here the nature of the surface may be smoothness or roughness. As the smoothness is more, force of friction is less. As the roughness is more, irregularities are more, force of friction is also more. Let us discuss what is the third factor? That is nothing but effect of area of contact on the force of friction. The third factor that affect the friction is area of contact. To discuss about this, first of all, we should know an instrument. That instrument is called spring balance. It's a balance. What is the meaning of balance? Balance is used to measure the either mass or weight. Generally, by using this, we are going to measure the weight only. So, spring balance is an instrument which is used to measure the applied force. So, how much force is applied? For that purpose, it consists of a holder, means we are going to hang this to the given substance. And again, it consists of inside a spring is there. Whenever you apply the force in the downward direction or whatever it may be the direction, inside the spring is extended, means whenever the force is more, expansion in the string is also more. This means you can understand that change in the length of the spring is directly proportional to the applied force. This means as the applied force is more, change in the length means originally at what place it is there, then after some time what place it is changed, that is called change in the length of the spring indicates the how much force is applied. This means as the much force is applied, change in the length of the spring is also more. By using this spring balance, let us do an activity which shows the relation between effect of area of contact and the force of friction. Now, see the effect of this. If you observe the diagram, then you can understand that the brick which is there on the floor is in the horizontal direction, then a spring balance is attached to that. We are hanging the spring balance by applying certain amount of the force. Then if you drag the spring balance in a particular direction, the brick moves on the surface. Yes, in the next figure, whenever you observe, the brick is in the vertical direction, means it is in the upright direction. By using the same spring balance, we are applying the force at a certain force. Then what is your observation? Our observation is both in the cases the distance travelled by the object will be more. Means either the brick is in horizontal direction or in the vertical. Area where the brick is occupied is not affecting the friction. Means friction is independent of the area of contact. Friction does not depend on the area of contact. Friction is same on all the surface of the objects, mainly depending upon the irregularities. The last factor that affect the force of friction is normal force. We already know normal force is an equivalent force which act opposite to the gravitational force acting on the body. Gravitational force acting on the body is nothing but weight of the body. See here, on the weight of your body is acting in the downward direction, normal acts on the upward direction, as we already know. Consider here a brick is there. To this brick, we given connection to the spring balance. So this is a spring balance. Now, what we are doing? We are dragging this brick by using the spring balance in our direction. Means we are dragging like this. For that purpose, we should supply some quantity of the force. Now, see in this condition, here how many bricks are there? 2 bricks. We kept 1 brick on another. That means, as the number of bricks are increasing, gravitational force acting on them is also more. Why? Because mass is more, gravitational force is also more. Then automatically normal is also more. Again, by using the same spring balance, we are dragging the 2 bricks in the same direction. Means here we applied some amount of the force. As the force is more, normal will also more. In these two conditions, in which condition we should apply more force? Absolutely in the second case only we should apply more force. As the force is more, frictional force is also more. Why? Because the force and the friction will be opposite direction. As the force is more, why the force is more? Normal is more. As the force is more, as the normal is more, the force is more, automatically friction is also more. Here you come to this, normal force is less. Why? Because only one object is there. As the normal force is less, applied force is also less, then the friction is also less. What does it mean? The normal and the force, normal and the friction are directly proportional. As the normal force, magnitude of the normal force is more, frictional force is also more. As the magnitude of normal force is less, frictional force is also less. So that the applied force what should you drag is also less or more depending upon the normal force. Now come to the conclusion. The friction directly proportional to the normal. As the weight is more, normal is more, friction is also more. So friction is directly proportional. This can be read as the symbol directly proportional, as we already discussed. Directly proportional to the normal force. Friction is represented as a small f. This symbol is called directly proportional. Normal force is nothing but n. As I already said, to remove the proportionality between the two variable physical quantities, we should introduce the symbol equal and a constant. This is a mathematical relation as we discussed in the early videos. So small f is equal to k into n. What is this k? K is a constant. Every constant has certain names. Here the name of k is coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction represented by letter mu. This symbol is mu. Now instead of k we should write the symbol mu. Now the formula becomes small f is equal to mu n. What is mu here? Coefficient of static friction or coefficient of friction. This coefficient of friction mainly depending upon the frictional force and as well as normal force. Why? Because mu is equals to f by n. This normal depends on weight and as well as surface of contact and affected area. So from this we can understand that totally the friction depends on various such factors and it is directly proportional. Friction is directly proportional to normal. In the next videos we are going to discuss what are the different types of the frictions that we may discuss. Thank you.